Good morning, everybody. I'm Gavneet Kaur Pruthi, practicing clinical and child psychologist in New Delhi. Today, I'm going to talk about the research. What is research, and what are the factors you should take into consideration when you are selecting a research problem? Research is a careful and detailed study of a specific problem, concern, or issue using the scientific method. The term research is also used to describe as an entire collection of information about a particular subject or a topic. The term research is also used to describe as an entire collection of information about a particular subject or topic. Now, there are following points. These are the following points which should be observed by the researcher in selecting a research problem. Some of the following points should be observed by the researcher, should be taken into consideration by the researcher when he is selecting the research problem or the subject for research, which are as followed. The subject which is overdone should not be normally chosen, as it will be difficult to throw any new light on this subject. Controversial subjects should not become the choice of a researcher. The subjects selected for the research should be familiar and feasible so that the related research material or sources of research are within one's reach. The importance of the subject, qualification, the training of the researcher, the cost involved, the time factor are the few other criteria that must also be considered while selecting a research problem. The selection of a problem must be preceded by the preliminary study. In some of the cases, the selection of the research problem should be preceded by the preliminary study, and this may not be necessary when the problem requires the conduct of a research closely similar to one that has already been done. But if this study has already been done, the preliminary study in some of the researchers, then you do not need to do this study. But when the field of inquiry is relatively new and does not have an available set of well-developed techniques, a brief feasibility study must be undertaken. So these are all the factors which you should take into consideration before selecting a research problem or the subject for the research. That is, the subject which is overdone should not be taken, controversial subject should not be taken, too narrow, too vague subject should not be taken. The subject selected for research should be familiar and feasible. The importance of the subject, the qualification, the training of the researcher, the cost involved, the time factor are the few other criteria which should be taken into consideration while selecting the research problem. And a preliminary study in some of the subjects of the research should be done if the preliminary study has not been done earlier. But when the field of the inquiry is relatively new and does not have the available set of well-developed techniques, a brief feasibility study must be undertaken. So these are some of the factors which you should take into consideration before conducting the research or before selecting the research problem. I hope my video is useful to you. If you like my video, then please click the like button, and if I have missed anything, then please write in the comment section, and thank you so much.